The Kenya Human Rights Commission is simply doing a postmortem. You know, postmortem strategies are failure strategies. It's simply to check in a patient in a mortuary to determine what killed them. Before the president took office, and I was with Dr. Ambai on studio, I said that the model that they had, called bottom-up economic model, will not work. It has never worked anywhere, and now they know it's not working. That is the reason I lost my job when I said it. And Fred, I want to start by saying, if the president wants this country to go forward, allow the professional voice to come out. The Human Rights Commission are professional in the issues of human rights among those issues. Allow them to speak. Allow university professors to say what they want to say, and let them stay there. I was told I'm a politician. I don't know which seat I'm still running for. I'm still waiting to tell me which seat I was running for in 2022, because we are still looking for 2027. So when I said it, they thought to me I was defending Raila Odinga. Yet we don't even meet with him. I've never met him. I don't even have his phone number on my phone. But what I want to say here, Fred, is the following. The president's mindset, and what I disagree with the bottom-up economic model, was that it was more of affirmative action, but not structural economists. And structural economists look at things differently. Let me just try to tell you, Hustler Fund, SHA, fake fertilizer, affordable housing, university funded model took the same structure of bottom-up transformation agenda. Why? They are looking for how to address an individual problem. Hustler, you are a hustler, let me give you 500 shillings. You are a farmer, let me give you fertilizer. This doesn't work in economics. In fact, Kibaki came with the structural economic thinking. Ruto has taken us to the so-called affirmative action. And MPs are also doing it, the so-called bursary. One family comes to me and I give you a check. Mm-hmm. No. Kenya needs to evolve, because I've developed a model called Evolve. Kenya needs to evolve from this affirmative action to structural economist. What is that? Offer free primary education, secondary education in university by putting teachers in school, putting medicine in the hospitals, put all equipment, let a child walk from school, from home to school, not from home to a politician, then to school. Because that's actually distracting them. Because, Fred, if your time is to study for 8 years, 844, let's say, for example, I don't know what it's called because this CBC lost me, isn't it? Let's say you're 844, and you spend many years looking for a politician to fund your education. You're not going to spend 8 years in school. You're going to spend some years looking for the MP, looking for the MCA. We should just offer the structure. Now, instead of Hustler Fund giving people 500 shillings for business, go to Meru. Find that woman who has bananas, who needs to go to market. Give them access to market. Isn't it? That's what they need. 500 shillings, which business can it begin with? Do you know, Fred, if you look at the requirement for Hustler Fund, the requirements you need, by the time you meet the requirements, you have spent almost 400 shillings. Now, if I give you 500 shillings, what are you getting in return? Okay. This is a joke. So as far as I'm concerned, we need not to follow this model because it is actually not working. Okay. What is the problem with Hustler Fund? Because I went to court on it. In September, Hustler Fund was launched on 30th. The president took oath of office on 13th of September. I went to court on 2nd of October. And when I went to court, I said there is no structure, there was no board, there was no CEO. So those numbers you're seeing, they are reported on Twitter, on Facebook, on TikTok. Do you know the Hustler CEO? How can you have a company that there is no CEO? Secondly, do you know any single office of Hustler Fund? Okay. So if you lose money, where do you go? Thirdly, they told you when you get this Hustler Fund, they give you some money on NSSF. Now, those people don't have NSSF numbers. Where was that money going? So we talk about money being lost. It was getting lost because there was no operational model for it. And lastly, what I'm trying to say is that there is a need for Kenya really to look at what is the structure that works for them. Right. This model of me directly helping you personally to make you my dependent so that you can forever swear allegiance to me is not the way to go.
And the KHRC report borrowed heavily from an Auditor General's report. To have the president come and counter this when the Auditor General is a government official as well.